It is the third ever meeting between Colorado and West Virginia, the first in 16 years, and this version is a freshman quarterback fiasco. West Virginia, Scotty Fox Jr., sweep the leg. Dude's been balling, coming off a career high on the ground in West Virginia's first road win over a top 25 team in 7 years. On the other side, Julian Juju Lewis, a five-star prospect making his first start for the Buffaloes. His era starts this afternoon in Morgantown, and we couldn't be happier to be here to cover it. About 30 minutes until kickoff in West Virginia, but we are here in Studio J, the best studio in all of sports in Atlanta. This is Big 12 college football pregame presented by AT&T. I got my man in the pinstripes, Victor Cruz. I got my casual, cool, calm, and collected Walter Cronkite, Champ Bailey. And to my right, it's a funeral for the haters because Tikio Spikes is in all
dog
black.
Blacked out.
I'm Adam Lefkoe. Good to see you. Champ, you flew back from Colorado. We're going to chance to hear from it later, but Deion means a lot to you. What are the vibes? We're going to have your big interview with Deion. Was it fun talking to him?
It was. I mean, it was better than expected, but one thing about when we get together, it's all fun and games. But, just talking to him, I can sense the urgency to at least turn this thing around as they finish the season. But again, man, it's an uphill battle. He lost a lot, a lot of talented players from last year, and it just hasn't panned out the way he thought it would.
Right.
I think they can get back on track. He's starting a freshman today, but he got a lot of talented players out as well. So let's see how it goes.
Indeed. And because of some of those transitions and those unavailabilities, we need some information. One of the best in the business, Jared Greenberg, joining us from West Virginia. I like the jacket. JG, you look phenomenal. What's going on, though? I know a lot of change for Colorado.
Yeah, thanks, Lefkoe. I can confirm as we start with this, the fact that Deion Sanders has shaken up his offensive staff. Former NFL head coach Pat Shurmur will remain Colorado's offensive coordinator, but that is simply just in title. The tight end coach, Brett Bartolone, will now handle all play calling duties for Colorado, which will include being in communication with Juju Lewis. That coach-to-player comm system will be Bartolone talking to Lewis throughout today's game, and he'll be the one communicating with Lewis during sideline breaks when the defense is on the field. The Buffs did make their coordinators available to us in our TV production meeting yesterday. So we had an opportunity to ask Pat Shurmur what this is like, and he told me that he needs to now help this team win football games, and he will accept this role no matter what it is and do the very best with it. Shurmur told me that his role is to help them win, and it is important for him to be a good example to the players that he can handle change as well. Now, all of this is part of several tweaks that Coach Prime has made over the last couple of weeks, which has included changing how they practice, focusing on getting back to the basics. And now, as you guys mentioned in the studio, they hand the ball to an 18-year-old five-star recruit for his first ever college start as Colorado tries to bounce back from getting trounced by a combined 81 points over the last two games. And according to Coach Prime, he told us that Lewis is now expected to make the final 3 starts of the season, which would mean he would forego the ability to use this year as a redshirt year. Guys, today it should be an interesting battle, and we'll see how it goes with Brett Bartolone assuming the offensive play calling duties now for the second straight week.
Thank you so much, Jared. We will hear from you during the game. He talked about the changes right there to the coaching staff.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there are changes to the roster as well. Colorado tackle Jordan Seaton started all 9 games at left tackle, was a mid-season first-team All-American. He is out today, and you can tell from this Scott Proctor tweet that, the other tackle, Larry Johnson III, 7 starts at right tackle. He is out as well. Kareem Harden played at right tackle last week. He's going to stay there. You have a new coaching staff. Now you have seemingly a new offensive line, and a new quarterback has to play behind it.
Yeah, this is tough. This is, kind of treading uphill and them trying to figure out how to move forward. I think the only solace is that Julian Lewis knows that he's going to be the quarterback for the next 3 weeks. I think there's some comfortability in that as a quarterback, knowing that you're going to prepare and you don't have to look over your shoulder. You can go out there and understand that this is your time. You see Brett Bartolone right there, who's going to be the one calling the plays for him for the first time. And I wonder what that's like for him in the locker room and in the coaching staff and in those rooms, understanding how to get Julian not to turn the ball over, to be comfortable, and to get him in a rhythm to start this game off.
Turnovers will be key. Last week, Colorado, I believe, had 5 turnovers, a season high, most in 7 years. And West Virginia forced 4 turnovers last week in their huge win over a ranked Houston squad, their most in 2 years. Why don't we get to the moments that matter so that we can let Takeo really break down this game? AT&T, moments that matter. You guys each chimed in here. Champ saying Colorado win if they eliminate explosive plays. Victor, Colorado needs to limit turnovers. You just said that. Takeo, what are we thinking here? Time of possession and big runs. What are you seeing?
Yeah, when you look at this team, talking about West Virginia, control time of possession, meaning run the football effectively and don't allow Juju Lewis to get into a rhythm, as we saw last week when Juju came in the second half, the first drive, 5 plays, 75-yard touchdown drive to Omarion Miller. So what you don't want to happen is to have a young quarterback to get plenty of opportunities to where he can get his confidence going, and now he got all the other guys believing.
Other side, West Virginia's been pounding the rock, and that could be a huge advantage in this matchup.
Huge advantage. That's how you play keep away. They continue to run the football effectively, and they do a great job as far as schematics, Scotty Fox understanding when to keep it on RPO, and even look right here. Very simple. We're going to run the same play, not much eye candy, but if you crash down on the dive, Scotty Fox understands I am going to keep it. If you hesitate as a defensive end, Scotty Fox is going to keep it. And look, he's putting his head down, energizing his guys to let them know I'm here to be a physical player. And here, you just don't fit up the run properly. Another dive gap, read, easy, defensive end is not reading it right. And one thing that I saw when you look at Colorado, defensively, they've given up a lot of points and a lot of yards over the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, back-to-back 50-point games.
But when you look at that, it's almost as if, can you really do that even if you try? It's hard to do that if you try.
Yeah.
When I peel back the onion and look at the tape, a lot of it's just not fitting right. The run, not understanding certain play call situations, I think, from the coaches putting the players in the right position as far as alignment to stop these plays. So that's the reason why it's going to be clutch today as they play against West Virginia. They're like the 41st team in the nation when it comes to rushing the football, averaging over 180 yards a game.
I think it's appropriate that West Virginia is honoring Steve Slayton, getting him ready for the Hall of Fame.
Baller.
That was Rich Rod and that running offense.
Yeah. Yes.
We'll see if they can get that going against a Colorado team that has been letting up some big plays. Our Champ Bailey put on the Walter Cronkite hat, flew out there to Colorado, sat with Deion Sanders.
My guy.
He was your vet when you went to Washington in the NFL, a connection that not many have with Coach Prime. And we're going to get a conversation that not many have seen. That coming up after the break.
Let's talk about the state of the team now. Things have not panned out like you
We
thought
missed
up to this
because
point.
we missed on several players. But being on this side, I understand the nature and the process of major college football. And everybody wants somebody to blame.
Yeah.
So you got to say, hey, man, it's me. So we're going to take it. And I'm going to take that responsibility, and I got to do better. I got to do better in making sure these kids are prepared for each game, each play, each moment, and it's not too big for them.